Right, this space that you're describing, the empty or knowing space, it's unknowable, right, by the mind?
No.
If it's unknowable by the mind, can we then say that whatever way we're describing it, it's coming from the, let's say, from our rich imagination? Could we say that?
No. We say it's unknowable by the mind. Mm-hmm. The first presumption we make there is that the mind knows things. Mm-hmm. The mind doesn't know anything. The mind is a collection of thoughts and feelings, yes? Mm-hmm. Can a thought know something? Take a thought now. Take a thought, how nice it is to be in New York this weekend. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Does that thought have the capacity to know something? I mean, can that thought, for instance, hear this conversation?
No.
Can that thought make a decision what to do tomorrow?
No.
A thought is, it's like this. It doesn't know anything. It is known. Mm-hmm. The mind doesn't know. Now, what is it in you that knows your experience?
Yeah, but I guess my difficulty is the only instrument we have to apprehend the world, right? Within and from within and without, it's our mind. And if you're saying that what the space that you're describing, that knowing space, that empty space, the way I understand it is when, I guess, when the mind shuts down, that's when you experience that.
No,
but you're not going to be there to experience it.
I'm trying to. I'm still with your first question. I'm just trying to walk you slowly back in response to your first question and establishing, first of all, that it's not the mind that knows anything. What knows is this knowing presence or awareness. Awareness is the one that knows experience, yes?
Yes.
It knows the mind, it knows the body, it knows the world. So in all experience, that is the one which knows. Mm-hmm. Yes? Now, if I were to ask you now, are you present?
Yes.
What would you say?
Yes.
Yeah, you'd say yes, and that comes from your experience.
Yes.
Now, what is it that knows that you are present? What is it that what is it that knows you are present?
My awareness of being here.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, it's not your awareness of being here. Your awareness knows that you are present.
Yes.
Yeah? And what is it that knows you are aware? Are you aware now?
Yes.
How do you know you're aware? It's your experience, yes?
No.
Is it your experience that you're aware?
Yes.
Now, what is it that experiences your awareness?
That I don't know.
But it's your experience. You must know.
Yeah, but I don't have any control over that.
I didn't ask you whether you had any control over it. I just asked, what is it? When I say to you, are you aware? And you say yes. Mm-hmm. It must be your experience that you are aware. Yes? It's your experience.
Yes.
Now, what is it in you that is aware of being aware? What is it that knows you are aware? After all, you said it was your experience. I am aware. What is it that knows that? It's obviously you that knows that, yes?
Yes.
And what is it in you that knows? It's what we call awareness. In other words, just the fact that you say, I am present and I am aware, right there, the knowledge that I am aware is awareness being aware of itself. What else would know that we were aware? Awareness is the only one that knows. So awareness, being aware of itself, are exotic words for the simplest, most obvious, ordinary experience that every one of us has. But precisely because it's so simple and it can't be found as any kind of an object, we overlook it and we say, no, I don't know awareness. Awareness is not present. And at that moment, we seem to overlook or forget ourself. And at that moment, we become a body-mind. But actually, the knowing of our own being is the most ordinary experience that each of us has. And just the fact that you say, yes, I'm aware that I'm aware. I know that I am aware. Right there, awareness is knowing itself. Not as something. It doesn't know itself as something. It just knows itself as this empty knowing. And it doesn't know itself via the mind. When I asked you, are you aware? You didn't go to a thought and say, a thought is present, therefore I am aware. Mm-hmm. Descartes thought that. But when I asked you if you were aware, I could see you just paused. You went to your experience and you said, yes, I'm aware. And what experience did you go to in order to come back with the answer, yes? You went to the experience of yourself, which is transparent, it's empty. You didn't go to an object, you didn't go to a thought or a feeling. In other words, awareness doesn't need a body or a mind to know that it is aware. It knows itself just by itself, through itself alone. Let me give you a kind of pictorial metaphor. Go to the screen again, the image of the screen, and there's a movie playing, and the screen is a magical screen because it's a screen that knows. It's not just a screen that the movie is appearing on. This screen also knows. It's a knowing screen, yes? Mm-hmm. So it's a sort of magical screen. So what does the screen have to do in order to know itself? Does the screen have to tamper with the story in the movie in any way in order to know itself? Remember, this screen is a knowing screen. Just by its nature, it knows. Mm-hmm. You see, the screen doesn't mind whether the movie's playing or not. Its nature is to know itself. It knows itself whether the movie's playing or not. Mm-hmm. When the movie starts up, the screen doesn't actually become aware of something new or other than itself. Mm-hmm. Because it's all the screen. The screen, from the screen's point of view, it is always just knowing itself. And the play in the movie is just a modulation of its own being. Now, the character in the movie, from the point of view of the character in the movie, objects and people and houses and cars and fields and seas and skies seem to be known. In other words, separate objects seem to come into existence. But from the only one that truly knows, which is the screen, no real objects come into existence. Nothing separate or independent from itself. It's all made out of itself. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't need the appearance of a character, the appearance of a body-mind in the movie to reflect its own being back to itself. The screen doesn't mind whether there's a character in the movie or not. It doesn't mind whether the character survives or not. It's just perfectly happy knowing itself. Whatever's going on in the movie, even when there's no movie. I know what is being said is it profoundly challenges a presumption that we have. That it is this individual body-mind that has its own little pocket of awareness in here, that I, this body-mind, is conscious. Mm-hmm. And I'm shaking at the roots of that belief, because it is a belief. A sensation is not conscious. A thought is not conscious. Mm-hmm. Consciousness is conscious. Awareness is aware.
I followed. Yeah, go ahead. Thank you so